Hi, I'm Lacey. I work as a mental health professional, but I am a human first. Nowadays, it seems like we're all in a hurry. Sometimes it feels like there is not enough time to get things done. And even when I say that to myself, when I say there's not enough time, I immediately feel my stress level kind of go up. And I also feel a push to kind of speed things up. But it doesn't have to be that way. If I tell myself there's never enough time, it's gonna feel like there's not enough time. So when it comes to slowing down, which we all can do, you kind of have to set an intention to do that. One of the biggest things I had to start telling myself is I can slow down. I can. It's a true statement. Years ago, I studied energy healing, and one of the biggest takeaways from that was that energy moves with intention. And for those of you who are not into that kind of stuff, intention simply means determination to act in a certain way, according to the dictionary. We use intention for all kinds of things. We use intention when we pray, when we make life changes. For example, have you ever had a moment in your life where you got tired of doing something a certain way and you said to yourself, I can't do this anymore? And then things change. That's setting an intention. It's not just saying something lightly, it's saying something with oomph, like I can do this. When I first started working at an outpatient hospital, my supervisor randomly would kind of do an evaluation, give me feedback. And one of my first evaluations was, she has good work ethic, but she's a little frantic. I remember the word frantic. So that feedback that I got, I really kind of took it in, and I started to recognize my behavior more. And I began to look around me and notice that there were other people who were not in a hurry. And those are the kind of moments where you think, okay, they're getting all their work done and they're not in a hurry. Why do I have to be in a hurry to get my work done? It seems possible to still get your work done and not be in a hurry. It reminds me of if you've ever been driving and somebody is driving fast behind you and then they speed around you and zoom past, and then you can see that the light that you're coming up on is gonna turn red, and then all of a sudden you just pull up right beside the person that was speeding past you. You both end up at the red light. It doesn't matter how fast you go. Another piece to this puzzle is that sometimes we enjoy the franticness. I can recognize that whenever I was given a task or had things on my list that I needed to do, there was a little jolt of good feelings, like, ooh, let me see how fast I can get this done. So it's not all bad feelings, and I'm going to do a video on the ooh feeling at another time. But sometimes it takes more of a toll on you than it is beneficial. If you choose to slow down, which you can, and change what you're telling yourself, maybe you say, I do have enough time, I can slow down, then it doesn't mean that you're never gonna rush again or sometimes be frantic. So in my case, I can, now that I'm aware, if I start to become frantic or start to push too hard, I now have the ability to kind of step back and slow it down. And I do that. It takes a little bit of conscious effort, but I like having the option of recognizing when it's happening and pausing and saying, okay, it's time to slow down. I can slow down now. When you set intentions, in my experience, that is kind of what happens. So when you say, I never have enough time, it's gonna feel like you never have enough time. It's gonna look and feel like you never have enough time. If I go to the other side and say, no, I do have time. I can slow down. I can get these things done. at a slower pace, then that's going to be true too. It's okay to still rush at times, but just every now and then check yourself and recognize that it's okay to slow down, and you can slow down, but it has to be your choice and something that you start to put into practice. And you'll see that it's possible. I really wish we would just all slow down. That would be fantastic. So be careful what you tell yourself, or be aware of what you're telling yourself. See if you can change it to something more realistic, more comfortable for you. And ask yourself, am I having good feelings when it comes to doing everything fast and being frantic? Because a lot of times we have good feelings too. It feels good to complete tasks quickly, but it doesn't always mean that you should. And in the long run, I feel like slowing down helps everybody, especially you, mentally, physically, everything. If you found this video helpful, let me know. Leave a comment, and thank you for watching.